So if you had to pick between bed bugs or lice, if you had to pick like, I got to take one home, what would it be?
Hands down, lice.
Lice?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like bed bugs is like you can like quarantine them into like there it is.
How?
Ah, there it is. It's gone. It's dead.
But they burrow into the wood and stuff.
They don't burrow.
Yes, they do.
They don't burrow. They go into holes. They don't burrow.
Wood in the wood in your wooden headboards.
You sure you're not confusing them with a woodchuck?
No. Come on, back me up here. Yes.
Which bug were you
Bed
saying?
bugs.
She's saying bed
Yes.
bugs
Well,
burrow.
what they do is they hide.
Well, they hide.
They
That's
bite you and then they go hide.
but that's
places.
hiding. That's not burrowing.
Well, they get into the wood. They tell you to check your
Well, yeah,
headboard.
because
they
they find cracks. And
Yeah,
they
whatever.
Get into
It's
it.
just
Yeah,
like
okay.
burrowing. Isn't that
And
the
they
same?
lay eggs that are hard to detect
Yes.
all over the place. So even if you get the grown up, you might not be getting the babies.
Yeah, I know,
behind
man.
you.
When
I'd rather lice.
If I brought, being teachers that we are, we're exposed to many things, and if I brought bed bugs home to my house, I would burn my house down and just start all over again.
No. I remember watching a show, and the guy was like, "Listen, you had the bed bugs. It's fine. They're isolated to just this room. They had like a special dog, and the dog's job was to just smell for bed bugs."
Yes.
And he said, "Whatever you do, we'll be back. Don't do anything." And what did the lady do? She dragged her mattress through the house. The eggs came off as she was dragging it out, and then he had to disinfect the whole house. This lady got charged like quadruple now because he had to do the entire house instead of just the one room because they bought a used mattress. Who buys used mattresses?
Not I.
Like, who was ever like
gross.
on like Facebook like Marketplace and said, "Ooh, they want $50. It only has 3 pee stains on it. That's a deal." I can't see myself ever looking on a used mattress place.
No, definitely not.
Like, cough it up, get the little extra coins together. Like, I might not even buy a used couch.
You might.
I might not ever even
I don't
buy
think
like
I would.
a used
Any kind
couch,
of
man.
material.
Like,
no.
like I'd buy used sneakers, I'd buy a used car, but like a couch, people have done stuff on couches before I got them.
Oh, I don't know.
And I don't think people over there with the Fabuloso and the Febreze afterwards going, well, gotta get this up. What's that stain? We'll just tell them it's wonton soup. All right, welcome to the 504 Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, here. Along
Erica.
with Erica and the engineer on the ones and twos, Mr. Witt. How you doing today?
I'm fine.
All right, Witt is here. He's never gonna have a first name. It's just gonna be Mr. Witt. What's your name? Mr. Witt. It's like Mr. Noodle from Elmo.
In real life, I'd be so against that, but just for this, it adds to an air of mystery and mystique. So
man.
I'll keep
Like the
it.
game Clue.
I'm telling you, like Mr. Noodle from Elmo.
Mr. Noodle. Hey, Mr. Noodle.
I used to always have this joke. My wife used to hate this joke. You know how they like to tickle me Elmo? And he's like, ha, 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 ha. You tickled Elmo. I'm like, what if it was like pedophile Elmo? Like, ha, ha, ha. You touched Elmo down there. And he's giggling about it.
It turned out to be the other way, though,
Oh,
didn't
man.
Elmo's voice? Didn't he have some
Yeah,
kinda
he had some dealings with
allegations?
with young boys. That's crazy. Like once you get that charge on you, it's like that's over, man. It's a wrap. You get that charge on you. Oh man, that's scary.
The damage is done. True or not, the
even if
damage is
it's
done.
even if you haven't done anything, it's like I don't know. I can't take the chance. Did you ever see the Michael Jackson documentary?
No. Did you?
I haven't seen it.
I want to see it.
I haven't seen. Did you see it?
No, I've seen reaction videos to it and heard bits and pieces of it, but I have not sat through it. It's long.
But it's not like we didn't know this. It's one of
I
those
don't know.
like
I think
elephant
people,
in a room kind of things.
I don't know. People like. It's like when the legal system gets somebody off. Like the only person like the legal system ever got off. It's like 2 people that the legal system got off, and you're like, nah, he did it. One was OJ. When you're like this, nah, he did it. And the other one was what's the guy who killed Trayvon Martin? George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
You're like
good call,
this,
good call.
nah. Other than that, people they want to believe that the vision of the person that they have in their head is that. Like you look at the guy from Subway. What was his name?
Jared.
Oh,
Jared. He was
Remember his
walking to
last
young
name?
boys' houses after getting a Subway sandwich, delivering a foot long. Oh no, that's not nice. Oh.
Oh, dear.
But I mean, look, they got him out of there quickly, and after they got him out of there, what did they do? They opened up more stores. It's crazy. Like it's just all forgotten about. And then now they got R. Kelly, and it's like he's like completely forgotten about. It's like somebody's auntie or somewhere still listening to his music saying, I don't care. All right, so let's begin with our first topic. I always like to start off with like a top 5, kind of open us up to it. And this week's top 5 is top 5 French fries. Top 5 French fries. So it doesn't have to be in any particular order, but Erica, why don't you give me your 5?
I don't know if I can come up with 5.
You can't come up with 5, Erica?
no.
French fries are common. They're
Was
everywhere.
it Five Guys?
Okay.
I just eaten there recently for the first time. Burger King. Was
I can see
2?
that.
I don't know.
You
can't
can
think
throw
of any
the
others.
McDonald's in there?
Oh, no.
No.
They're gross. No salt on them.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Did you say?
They don't put salt on them.
Oh, for me,
They
that's
do put
number
salt in
one
them.
by far and
No.
away. Far and away, number
when,
one.
When I worked at McDonald's, we had this lady, older lady. Her name was Bertha. She's like half retarded, allegedly half retarded, and her job was only French fries. That's all she had to do was French fries. And I remember I'm the young guy. I'm like 17 there. And Bertha ran out of French fries, and she walked over with all this entitlement, like, dame un papas fritas. And I'm like, no, your job is French fries, and you get paid a quarter more than me. So you can get the French fries. And then, of course, no, Mark, you can't do that. She's a woman. And I'm like, oh, man. Who would have known that was the first toxic feminism case that I'd ever be exposed to? She gets paid more than me, but doesn't have to do the whole job. You know, don't even get
That's
me
what
started.
feminism's all about.
I think women want the double standards, just particular double standards. They want just
They want to wear that badge real
just
proud.
specific double standards. They want them. They don't want all the standards.
Pick and choose. Pick and
Yeah.
choose.
It's like
Because they get to.